What's up? I'm back. This is gonna be me talking about Avengers from an entertainment aspect. I thought the movie was good. I think it was good. I wouldn't say it was very good. I won't say it was great. I think it was good. I think Marvel continued their streak. It was interesting looking at the critics because I could tell, and unfortunately, this is gonna probably hurt DC more than Marvel because Marvel has momentum to be able to override the critics. But the critics really came down the movie hard. It's got like a 77% in Rotten Tomatoes. And, I can see that. I can see that there's a lot of things going on. I can see some people not liking it. It's just the way it is, right? Sometimes too much things going on. But the crazy part of it is the fact that I think right now worldwide is at 1.3 billion. It's probably gonna pass the first one, or if not pass the first one, might finish like 50 to 100 million below. And it's going to open up in Japan in July, so that should be about another 100 mil. You figure it's probably going to make another 50 to 100 mil in its joint territories. It's going to come close. But the first one, I think, maybe like 1.5 billion. This is going to be close. 1.4, 0.9. It's going to be close, right? It might pass it. But think of it. There were people saying it's a disappointment. And it might pass the first movie, even if it doesn't. The first movie was third of all time. I think Fast and Furious is going to pass it, so it might go down to fourth. Avengers minimum will be number 6 of all time. And they were saying it's a disappointment. When I see things like that, I realize that there is a definitely push for the power structure currently to kind of diminish comic movies, to be honest. And this is not no conspiracy. I'm not talking. This is not conspiracy in terms of Illuminati. It's just that the old guard. Because the old guard in Hollywood doesn't realize that comic movies are going to be the only thing that's going to hold Hollywood up. As soon as comic movies go kaput, which they will eventually, we're coming to a binge watching culture. Netflix, Amazon. There's not as much reasons to go to movies unless you're going to see Fast and Furious or comic movies or movies that you want to see in big screen. There's not going to be that much. There's not going to be that much reason to go to movies. So when I see that, some people are hating on it, right? I'm not talking about the fans because you're going to get that. I just laugh because first off, it's ridiculous when a movie makes $1.4 billion or $1.5 billion for you to say it's a disappointment. That's embarrassment as a critic. And even you start to have the fake media outpour when they start talking about it was sexist. What about Black Widow? Did they pick that as a slut? All those things are just media stories trying to build stories. The press, trying to build stories when no story is there, right? They don't really want to admit that even when you got like a B plus movie, like a good movie but not a great movie, it still puts up those numbers. Part of the reason why it made less money in America, because that's what they're really saying. Part of the reason why is because people know it's not the end. To be honest, it's like they already made the introduction or the announcement that they're gonna have part 3 and part 3.5. I don't even know if part 3.5 counts as part 4 technically, right? But so it's like, and then when you have a character like Thanos, I'm sorry to say, Ultron seems like it's cool. Like by comic standards, it's cool, but when you look at the movie standards, it feels like it's a substitute. So yeah, some people are not going to see that, just like the Hunger Games. Didn't make as much money this time because they know it's not the end. So some people are just not going to see it. For me, even Lord of the Rings, the second Lord of the Rings wasn't the best one to me. Actually, that was the only one of the 3 I didn't like. So this one is kind of like that. It's like no, I liked it, but I can see why some people might skip it until the end. So for it to still put up those numbers, I mean, that's incredible. But I think that push or that campaign to kind of mess up comic movies' momentum, it's not going to hurt Marvel. They have too much, but it might hurt DC. Where I fear that even if DC has a good movie, you're going to have certain forces that will try to shit on it just because they just hate the fact that comic movies are running stuff. Because that's symbolic of a lot, to be honest. That stuff, I'm not going to go into this video because this is more entertainment. But I thought it was a good movie, for sure. So if you haven't seen it, it's kind of late on the game. Definitely check it out. Till next time. Peace.